as far as clearing gravel. What are we gonna call it? Gravel reclamation? Again, you gotta find the politically correct way to say these things. Gravel, harvesting.
Well, that's what they were calling it.
You gotta flip it back and forth. It's dig the stream out. I mean, let's put it that way. But simply put, the fact of the matter is that when we're being given recommendations by officials stating that the best way to make us more resilient for a flood is simply raise your buildings to 2 foot above the floodboard is not sufficient. Knowing that the next flood is going to deposit 2 foot of stone in that stream, which will essentially raise the flood bed, and then we end up chasing our tails, and we'll just keep raising buildings. And at that point, the average cost I've heard previously was approximately $90,000 per building to be raised. And there's another calculation in there per foot that you want to raise it. Now the question comes, is FEMA and the feds or the state willing to provide these funds to locals to do this every time that we get a flood? Or what is the cost benefit analysis, which is what they look at, versus sending a gentleman into the stream, doing it smart. Again, we're not looking to go in there and rape and pillage the stream. The stream is part of our economy, part of our ecology, and we recognize that. But there are smart and intelligent ways that we can do this without interrupting the ecology of the stream dramatically. And there are points where we've seen this work done, and it has improved the ecology of the stream. Case in point, the one down in Phoenicia there on the Stony Cloak, where we're seeing an increase in aquatic wildlife. So we will continue down this argument. I will also tell you that I attended a meeting in Tannersville, September, what was it, 29th, I believe. And that was concerning the muck coming out of the portal here. Again, we always hear about the lower Sopus. Now, understand that the lower Sopus, the reason why they continue on with what they're doing is because they don't have the same resources that we have here, or the same route to file a complaint. They feel that they don't get the respect of the city or New York City DEP specifically, because they feel that the releases coming out of that reservoir should be part and parcel of them maintaining that stream flowing out of the Ashokan. And I don't disagree with them. I think that they should be responsible for some of that water that's coming out of there, the releases. Now recognize that the turbidity didn't just appear there magically. That turbidity came from us, and we know that. And that turbidity didn't start with us, but came from Schoharie. So now while we're back to the meeting on August 29th, the DEP recognizes the turbidity coming through the portal. And I'm going to tell you that right now they're in a quandary. They're not quite sure where it's coming from. They're now looking at wave action on the reservoir. They're looking at multiple sources. They're not quite sure, because even during non-rain events or non-high water events in the Schoharie River, which you could understand, again, if there's a flood up in Schoharie and it muddies the Schoharie Reservoir, the Gilboa, obviously muddy water is going to keep flowing out of the portal and down to here and through the Ashokan, down out of the Ashokan. It's just going to be a trend. But when there's no stormwater activity, where's the mud come from? So their theory is that it could be due to, again, the wave action on the top. It could be due to undulations or convection currents within the reservoir itself. Again, studies have to be done in order to nail it down and know where it's coming from. But they are starting to recognize that there is turbidity coming through that portal. I can't speak for the DEP, noting to the press, but they are starting to recognize that this is continuing, and they are trying to find a solution to this.
Didn't they just pay out a $3 million lawsuit to Boomtown because of their water coming?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's your father you're talking
I
about.
know. I know. I know where he gets his information, sitting around coffee at the market.
In the paper, the city of New York paid out $3 million because the water for that community was muddied because of the Hudson River from their water
That's
being
right.
run out of the Ashoka.
That's right.
Boomtown?
Boomtown, yeah.
Bloomington.
Where the hell is it?
Boomtown.
Oh, Bloomington?
Bloomington.
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 I was gonna say Bloomington, New Jersey.
Bloomington.
Yeah.
Now, you're not confusing this with the stuff in Warsing where it's being accused that the aqueduct leaks.
Right.
You're not talking about that area.
No. This was due to the turbidity of the Hudson River.
Don't you talk to them all? Rob, also,
Yes.
the city of New York should be paying for all this.
Well, again, Eric can tell you, the city of New York has ponied up quite a bit a
No,
lot
they
of our
should be
projects.
paying for all of this throughout the town here, everything. It's their water, they're controlling this water.
Now, the DEC controls the stream and waterways.
But the New York City, it's their water.
I understand.
For New York City, they should be paying for this. Just like out in California, all the water that comes from the Colorado to LA, they pay for it. LA Water Department pays for it. It should be here, same thing.
All right, I'll bring that up.
No, do it. I'm telling you, you'll be state senator.
We meet with these people monthly, I'm telling you, it's not like.
State senator instead of supervisor, next step.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate that. Get through this. Okay, and after this, we will have Rick's full rebuttal on circuit television. And with that note, if there's any other comments, questions,
Can I
okay.
allow the same thing about the Rotary? I just wanted to say what a fantastic event they had last Friday night, and that Mike Della did a wonderful job with the food, and it was one of the best ones I've ever attended there.
Yeah, it was nice to see the event return.
It was really, really good. A lot of people showed up, and I think a lot of people had a good time.
I don't know, so I didn't wait.
I didn't either, so
Yes,
don't
you
worry
did.
about it.
I know,
Baby
I-
clothes.
Yeah, I got baby
I know
clothes.
who won.
No, I'm not. I know who won too.
Yeah.
You guys sit in the back of the room. But, okay. Any other comments, questions? With that, just special.
to adjourn.
Okay.
Are we gonna adjourn now?
We have no loss. We have no losses this month, thankfully.
Patty, did you tell you?
Yeah.
It's on mine.
Okay, so,
It's on
I'm
my
sorry,
surface,
but we would like to adjourn the meeting in memory of Henrietta Shue. Please take a moment. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Have a good night. And for Tina, go Eagles.
Redskin. Yeah. I was born a Redskin fan. Oh, okay. My mom laughed at the Redskins about
I don't want to call around, you know. She explained to us that there was going to be broken subcommittees. We have subcommittee. All this hard work to come here and discuss our projects. I mean, I think the next meeting is for them to have a subcommittee meeting over there. We have a subcommittee meeting here. Because I'm not going to sit here for half of our time and discuss our ordinance. I mean, no disrespect.
You know, people have been telling me, you got that straight from the channel 24 straightened out?
Disagreement. Father and son disagreement. I know. Are there 2 or 3 pumps in water? There was a controversy between the supervisor.
Yeah, but they're, itself with city. So they only get $1.5 million, so it's not like we can get any of their share. And yet they have huge issues over there that I don't want to even involve. No, it's, again, what it is they want to coordinate like the public outreach and stuff. There's no reason why we couldn't involve Waterville like a group that we're here on that weekend. Do I think it makes sense for us, for Shandaken to be the Cauliflower Festival? Hartford? Yeah, that does make sense, because a lot of Hartford. We're Hartford. We don't, and if we do, it's
it's beginning in like